Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Friday. We have 5 matchups I will be covering on this college basketball slate today. So go ahead and like and subscribe. Check out all my links in the description below. And go ahead and check out the sponsor of the channel, ParlayPlay. Get $10 in risk-free entries when you sign up. Also get $5 for referring any friends or family. And $10 minimum deposit, and you will get a 100% match. So go ahead and hop in there. Free contest every day to win money, and go ahead and take advantage. And I hope you guys do enjoy it and look forward to seeing you on the site. And yeah, we'll hop into it. Got 5 matchups on here. Starting with Hofstra versus Maryland. Maryland opening up as 12-point favorites with the over-under at 141.5. The last 10 head-to-head. These teams have played twice before. Maryland's 2-0, but Hofstra is 2-0 covering in those 2 head-to-head matchups. Hofstra coming off an 82-74 loss against Iona, and then Maryland coming off that 71-66 loss against George Mason. That was a pretty big upset win for them. Hofstra 2-5-1 covering in November. Crazy stat, they've been able to cover 1-4 on the road. Maryland 5-0 against the Colonial Athletic Conference, 13-1 in November, but 1-4 covering in their last 5 games here. Barely covered against Virginia as 10-point favorites. Didn't cover against George Washington. Haven't been able to cover really. They've only covered 1 time this season so far. Crazy, but I like Hofstra plus the points, plus 12 points here. Maryland hasn't been able to cover, coming off that upset loss from George Mason. Give me Hofstra plus the points here. Next matchup, we have Auburn versus South Florida. Auburn opening up as 13.5-point favorites with the over-under at 135.5. These teams have played twice before. Both teams are 1-1. Auburn 1-0-1 covering, and then USF 0-1-1 covering. Auburn currently 3-0, coming off a 93-65 win over ULM. And then USF coming off a 56-54 win over NCAAB. Auburn 4-1 covering in their last 5. 4-1 in their last 5. USF 4-9 in their last 13. 7-0 covering on a Friday, if that intrigues you. But they are just 1-4, 1-6 covering in November. I like Auburn here. I know 14 points does seem like a lot, but Auburn's been able to cover the spread so far. They've really dominated their opponents. ULM, Moorhead, Mississippi State only won by 7, but they've covered the spread in their last 2 matchups here as big favorites. I like them to get it done here against South Florida. Next matchup, we have Ohio versus Kentucky. Kentucky opening up as 12-point favorites with the over-under at 147.5. These teams have played twice before. Kentucky is 2-0, 1-1 covering in those matchups. Ohio playing good basketball, currently 3-0, coming off an 85-71 win over Robert Morris. They've covered in all of their games so far, pretty easily. They've been playing really good. Kentucky 2-1, coming off an 80-55 win over Mount St. Mary's. Ohio 7-1 covering in their last 8, 7-1 in their last 8. Kentucky, they have been struggling covering the spread dating back to last season. 13-1 covering in their last 18. They are 10-0 against the Mid-American Conference. No doubt that I think Kentucky will probably win this matchup, but to lay 12 points on this Ohio Bobcats team that's playing really good to a Kentucky team that really fails to cover the spread, I'll roll my dice and take my chances with Ohio plus that 12. Next matchup, we have Oakland versus Alabama. Bama opening up as 15.5-point favorites with the over-under at 149.5. The last 2 head-to-head matchups, Bama's 2-0. Oakland coming off an 80-59 win over Toledo. And they got a nice win over Oklahoma State the game prior. Bama coming off a 73-68 win over South Alabama. Both teams playing good basketball here. Oakland 5-1 covering in their last 6. 4-1 covering on the road. Bama 13-0 at home. Really great at home. Do like Bama, to add your money line parlays here, but 15.5 points. I rolled with Bama last game against South Alabama. They only won by 5, and they really couldn't cover in that matchup. Oakland, off to a nice start this season, playing pretty good. I think 15.5 points is a lot against this Oakland team that's playing good basketball. Has a nice win over Oklahoma State too. So we'll take Oakland plus the points here. And then the last matchup, we have Western Kentucky versus Memphis. Memphis opening up as 15-point favorites with the over-under at 146. These teams have played twice. Both teams are 1-1. And then both teams covered the spread in those matchups. Western Kentucky on a 2-game losing streak, coming off a 75-64 win over South Carolina. Memphis currently 3-0, coming off a 90-74 win over St. Louis. So far this season, Memphis 2-1 covering this season. Western Kentucky's 0-3 covering the spread this season. They haven't looked that good. Western Kentucky 1-5 covering in their last 7, or in their last 6. Memphis on a 7-game win streak, 10-0 at home. Gonna roll with Memphis here. Been pretty solid. Western Kentucky hasn't been able to cover the spread or really get any wins. We'll take Memphis minus 15. Add them to your money line parlays. And that's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Friday. And I'll see you guys Saturday. Have a good one.